I think we're back. That was weird. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. I don't know why I would suddenly get an encoder error, but that's OBS and streaming in general for you. The music was glitching. Was a warning sign? Yes, it was. I believe it definitely was. Let's see. Mix it up, still up. Yeah. There's like a weird visual thing. It's like my monitors all flickered too, and then there was like a device disconnection sound. Huh. I don't know, but I think we're up and running now, so we'll get back up here. So anyways, yeah, Norma de Plume, she hates the orca, and let's see. She wrote the story. Oh yeah, okay, that's the point. She wrote a story like a year ago about the orca's previous trainer, who was also killed and was supposedly killed in an accident with the orca, I guess. But we're thinking maybe not an accident. Back was just in an ad. Okay, welcome back. Sorry about the ad. And yeah, so that's a point that we'll have to remember, is that that's starting to become more of a part of this murder mystery, is how or who and how did, or who killed and how did the person die last time with the orca, the previous trainer. That's going to become a thing, I think, coming forward. So keep that in mind. Got Marlon Rhymes. He's just like the new animal keeper. He loves animals as much as he loves rapping. He's been more of just like a witness, kind of, in a way. He seems to have a crush on Sasha, and so he's tried to like protect her by sort of lying a little bit to try to keep people from even looking at her or whatever. But other than that, he seems like a pretty straightforward guy. Nothing too creepy about him. He's not hiding anything. Then we got Rifle. Rifle's a penguin, not a deadly weapon. The bottoms of her flippers are stained pink, and a good luck charm was found in her stomach. That's right. That just happened. Because there was like a good luck charms, yeah. Speaking of that, here is the previous trainer of Orla, the trainer who preceded Sasha. She died during a show. Oh, it was during a show on July 20th last year. She had like some good luck charms, I guess, that she gave to people who were really close to her. There are two of them, and one of them Rifle threw up, and it's very important to this man who's Hermit Crab. He's Ship Aquarium's resident vet. Baby penguin lives in his hair, which is great. But anyways, he seems to have, he was very close to the trainer here, and so he is actually like the owner of one of those charms. I think it was the one that Rifle threw up or something. But so that was a thing. We know that they have a connection. We may have learned more than that, but I forgot. Someone else had a charm too. Was it Sasha that had it or something? Maybe there was just the one. I thought there was two. Maybe it's just the one. Either way, that's all the profiles. Look at the evidence. Gotta go over all the evidence. Had matching charms, so Sasha kept one as the woman doing Rifle threw it up. Right, yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. But we didn't know for certain who her boyfriend was, and I guess that's why we're thinking maybe it's the doctor, I guess. Anyways, so we got the whistle. Orla performs one trick per signal. I hope they don't do the same thing I think they did last week, where we go over all the evidence and then they clean up some of it. Either way, we must go through it, because I know I need to be like freshly aware of these details. Orla performs one trick per signal. She can't do two at a time. A fish, a large quantity of fish for feeding Rifle. The penguin, not surprisingly, it has a horribly fishy smell. I still don't know what we're gonna do with that yet. Walkie-talkie issued to all aquarium staff for communication. It can apparently also be used to broadcast inside the aquarium. And I think there was another point of this, is the body didn't have its walkie-talkie on it. That was something that we pointed out to someone. I don't remember the total significance, but I'll keep that in mind. There's a swashbuckler video, which you know we're gonna watch it. Cat Morla!
Made it just in time! Oh, we be pirates, we love to sail the seven seas. Just a bunch of scallywags who are as as free can be. We swim through storms and waves, all because you see grand treasure and adventures waiting just for me.
I feel like she loses her pirate voice by the end of the song. She's got a little bit of it at the beginning. It's just a great video. Never get tired of that. So yeah, let's go back to the evidence. So there's that. We did learn a little bit last week about how I guess there used to be a different song that they sang, and so there's two different songs that, I mean, I guess DePlume like swore that she was singing the old song and not the new song. The whale was, but apparently Sasha said the whale only knows one song. So there's a little bit of a weird discrepancy that we came across last week with that. So that might actually come into play as well. Swashbuckler is my favorite shonen, hell yeah. It's like One Piece, but much smaller. And with a whale. TV phone, a cell phone, ship aquarium staff. This model can connect to TVs, can be used to conduct teleconferencing. I don't think we've ever really referenced this much, so maybe that'll still come up, but apparently it will. Shipley's data. Shipley's walkie-talkie hasn't been found. Let's see here. His autopsy report, estimated time of death from 12 to 10 a.m. on July 20th. Cause of death, contusion from head trauma. Thought to be from a 65-foot fall into the pool. Bruised all over. Ceiling to pool bottom is 100 feet. Blow to head received after death. That's a picture of him there. In the picture we can see the walkie-talkie is nowhere to be found. Walkie-talkie hasn't been found, so I think it's gonna be a thing. Half piece, yeah, there you go. Quarter piece. Yeah, The Killer Whale, the nonfiction book by Norma DePlume. It's about the case from last year. And there she is, dead. Skull Rock, moved from the show pool during cleaning time. The victim struck it when he fell to his death. This rock, another significance of this rock is it's supposed to be a part of the new show that apparently Sasha was not going to be in. It was just going to be Jack and Orla. And so that's sort of like possible motive for Sasha to have tried to kill him or to have killed him or whatever. But either way, she did move the Skull Rock into the Orca pool, I think as like a retaliation thing, because she wanted to make it so that they couldn't do the new show and they had to do the old show because it wasn't in its place or something like that. So yeah, a little bit of drams there. Pool bottom photo. A photo of the bottom of the pool. The locations of the blood stains detected with luminol are sketched in. Let's take a look. So Orla had some blood on her, and then there was blood on the rock. So there you go. I got like the curly cues. Nice one, Pearly. I assume Pearls did that. Everything there, right? Yeah. Yes, there was the 3Z's sleeping pill. Yeah, I almost forgot about this. The strange capsule that was found in Orla's stomach. It's a sleeping pill, not some kind of poison. But the thing is that I feel like the vet said that he's the one that referenced it as a poison. Like he gives them too much or something. I don't know. But either way, Orla was like getting sick all of a sudden, and she coughed this up. So that was pretty sketchy. And then he was like, "I'll kill him with this." So it's like, uh-oh. Sketchy. So is that. Handmade sign. A sign Sasha made for the new show. It's been left to dry since the early hours of the 20th. Let's take a look. Captain Orla, Swashbuckler Spectacular. And it's got The Rock. Starring The Rock. Dwayne. Ladder prints. The fingerprints discovered by Pearls at the show stage. They're Rhymes's. But there's something odd about them. It's because they're like reaching down to, like, you wouldn't ever like use the ladder like that, so it's almost like he was grabbing it just to reach into the water for a moment or something. And at least that's how the only thing I could assume he would do. I don't know that they said that, but that was just a little Domm conjecture for you. Oh. We got the charm, as we mentioned earlier, discovered in a rifle's stomach. It might belong to Azura Summer's boyfriend. And the Crab Man was pretty upset about that thing, so maybe. Torpedo data. Torpedo data shows that Rifle ate around 4 a.m. on July 20th, but that Orla didn't eat anything. And the significance of that is that that's the pill, right? It has something to do with the pill, I think. Well, I guess Rifle eating also has something to do with it because of the charm, right? I don't remember the full significance. I want to say they gave me more details, but we'll figure it out. All right, that's the court record for you. Hopefully that gives enough of a picture to you as well as I of what the fuck is going on. Let's continue, shall we? Let me pause the music. All right, July 22nd, 9:17 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3.
What? The ship's doctor and Azura were romantically involved?
Okay, so we did find that out for sure.
Well, that's my theory, but I don't actually know if it's really true. Azura would never get involved with that god-awful ship's doctor. But I do admit, they were friends. But would Azura send Dr. Crab videos, I wonder? Wait.
But would Azura send Dr. Crab videos? Like, what? Videos? What kind of videos are we talking? Videos? What do you mean? Okay, that's so funny. Every time I do that, Phoenix does it too. What do you mean?
Azura used to send her boyfriend videos of herself teaching the orca tricks.
Oh, good.
I used to help Azura take the videos on her TV phone.
So for like TikTok?
This is an interesting bit of information.
TV phone updated in the court record. Finally, that seems like more pertinent information for this phone to come into play. Summer's boyfriend has videos of her using a whistle to make the orca do tricks. So TV phones can shoot videos too, huh? My dumb phone sure can't.
These TV phones are amazing. They can even record sounds you and I can't hear. All the equipment we use at Shipshape Aquarium is high-tech.
Hell yeah, bro.
The ship's doctor sends away for all kinds of electronics.
This game does have an M rating, if I recall, so they could have been those videos, right? That's why the fear was there.
So all the high-tech stuff is Dr. Crab's doing, huh?
Anyway, I still highly trout Azura's boyfriend was the ship's doctor.
But Dr. Crab found a charm yesterday, and he was really shaken by it.
Charm? Hey, leave that alone. That belonged to Azura. But what is Azura's charm doing in Rifle's stomach?
That charm looked just like your keepsake of Azura.
Yeah, well, she did say she and her boyfriend had matching charms. Was the ship's doctor and Azura really a couple? I can't believe it.
I think Dr. Crab will be called as a witness today. There's still so many unanswered questions. But I hope to solve them all in today's trial.
I believe in you two. I know you can do it. And we will, Sasha. We promise.
July 22nd, 9:30 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 4. Day 2, court is now in session. All rise. Thank you. Thank you for the good luck. Court is now in session for the trial of Sasha Buckler. The defense is ready. Ah! Ready.
Now I'm completely thrown off. Now I'm not ready.
Very good. It appears both the prosecution and the defense are ready. Yesterday, it was proven that the orca was not guilty and that the victim fell to his death. Prosecutor Blackwood, did your investigation of the orca pool area turn up anything? It did. We found a blood stain from the victim at the bottom of the pool. On this. Oh my, what a frightening looking rock.
And you say it has a blood stain on it. Extra frightening. Just looking at it gives me the willies. So can we assume that there was no water in the pool at the time of the incident? Very good. What a clever little deduction. Ho ho! Well, it is nice to get a compliment from the prosecution for a change.
Prosecutor Blackwell has completely tamed the judge with his carrot and stick approach.
I guess I should have brought a few carrots of my own. Right, moving along. I have prepared a witness.
Come on, pedal.
Scooch it.
Look, Buckler was the only one who entered that room when there was no water in the pool. The witness will prove that. Come to the stand, witness. Here he comes. Dr. Krabs. Name and occupation. Dr. Herman Krabs.
Beep.
Sniper, stay in there. And who is that cute little creature? Coochie coo. Such a restless bird. Quite unlike Taka.
Ah.
Wow. Chalk went up for Taka. He shut Sniper up in a single sound. Son of a gun. Dr. Herman Crab, Shipshape Aquarium's veterinarian. And could you tell us the name of your cute little friend there as well?
Your Honor, please focus on the case.
But it's important to learn all we can about the witness. This is Sniper.
Peep, 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 peep.
She's the offspring of a penguin named Rifle. Sniper lives in my hair. She might cause a commotion now and then, but please try to ignore her. I was originally going to call the animal keeper to the stand, but he refused to testify, so I settled on the veterinarian. Now tell us, why was the defendant in the orca pool room when the water was drained?
You might need Sniper if we find him guilty.
Pew, pew.
Keep him company in jail, is that what you're saying?
In the early morning hours of July 20th, Sasha was cleaning the orca pool room. Sasha and Jack Shipley, the owner, were scheduled to do the cleaning together. During cleaning, the pool water is drained. While the cleaning was going on, Marlin was taking care of the orca in the show pool. The pool water would never be drained unless the pool was being cleaned. And your claim is that the victim was made to fall to his death during the cleaning. Only Buckler and the owner had the security card necessary to enter the orca pool room. And we already know from the security company's record of card usage that the defendant was in the orca room. Damn it! That the defendant was in the orca pool room during the time of the cleaning. The witness's testimony and the record of the security card usage are conclusive evidence. So no one beside the defendant was at the scene, and the water in the pool was drained. Uh-oh. The judge already seems to be leaning towards the other side.
We have to strike fast. Your Honor, we're ready for our cross-examination now.
Oh, yes, of course. Please proceed then. The power of youth comes in handy at times like these.
Cleaning of the orca pool room. Oh, yeah, because the judge will like Sniper too much. He won't want to send him to jail as long as they're saying. Butter him up. You know, this judge is pretty easy to butter up. You know what I'm saying?
In the early morning hours of July 20th, Sasha was cleaning the orca pool room. Hold it!
You son of a bitch. Why is the cleaning done so early in the morning? Essentially in the middle of the night.
Our aquarium is open every day of the year without break. So of course the cleaning has to be done at night when there are no visitors. No days off, is that it? I can relate to that.
Yeah, I guess prisoners don't get to take days off.
Things sure are different from our office, huh, boss?
You didn't have to rub it in quite so enthusiastically. So, was the defendant cleaning alone? No. Sasha and Jack Shipley, the owner, were scheduled to do the cleaning together.
Butter up that man like a piece of toast, hell yeah.
But Miss Buckler said that Mr. Shipley never showed up to help with the cleaning. I don't know anything about that. All I know is what was on the schedule. Maybe they changed plans. They probably felt awkward with each other after their fight. In any case, there's no proof that the victim entered the Orca pool room during cleaning.
Objection!
If you don't stop your yammering, I will pull your tongue out and barbecue it. Yeah.
Do you have to be so violent?
Proof or none, the victim was made to. The victim must have entered the pool room during cleaning. Witness, tell him why. Jack must have entered the Orca pool room. The reason I think so is because the record of the card usage shows that Sasha entered the Orca pool room.
Hold it!
Don't you mean to say that the record shows both of their cards being used? No, only Sasha's. But they must have gone in together. Jack's body was found in that room, so that's the only logical explanation.
Or he was dropped there by the same thing that the whale uses to get in there, you know what I'm saying? We said that last week.
We talked about this just yesterday. What purpose does that brain of yours serve? You're even more bird brain than rifle.
Objection!
Witness, I will not allow birds to be belittled in my presence. Limit your disparaging comments to the defense alone.
So I get disparaged either way. Great.
Bird lover, huh? I guess we're not destined to become best friends. That is fine. All I need is for you to talk about the state of the scene during cleaning. All right, fine.
No, I don't know. I think the two of them were made for each other.
During cleaning, the pool water is drained.
Hold it!
Really? Why would you do that?
So the cleaning is done with the pool drained of water. That's right. They use the hoist there to lower themselves to the bottom of the pool. They could do regular cleaning with water in the pool, but this was an intensive session. I never clean my own lab, however.
It seems bad. Don't you think it might be due then? I guess I can't talk though. My office is a fucking pigsty.
Well, Sasha and Marlon come in and clean it for me on occasion. But I'm too busy, myself. I have animals to look after. Like this one, for example. Such an adorable little creature. It sends it lends cheer to this bleak courtroom. Damn it. It lends cheer to this bleak courtroom. I don't know why I could not say that. Your reaction to Taka was very different, as I recall. Taka's a fine bird. Two, of course. Please continue, Dr. Crab. Quickly. As I was saying, Sasha was cleaning the Orca pool room. While the cleaning was going on, Marlon was taking care of the Orca in the show pool.
Hold it!
So Orla was moved all the way over to the show pool. Why is that? Well, it wouldn't do to get her covered in cleanser, would it? Of course she was moved. You don't take a bath while you're cleaning at the tub, do you? Excellent point. I should probably stop doing that. I usually clean the tub after I take a bath myself. I was assigned to clean the shower stalls yesterday. They were cleaner than the in Edo bathhouse by the time I was done. I guess Prosecutor Blackwell is the fastidious type. I polished it so well, I bet the inmates are slipping and sliding all over right about now. Maybe he's not so much of a fastidious type as the prankster type?
Somehow, I don't think that's it either.
Maybe he's sadistic? Anyway, cleaning the orca pool is just like cleaning the tub. It sucks and it's boring. The pool water would never be drained unless the pool was being cleaned.
Hold it!
There's no possibility it would be drained at any time other than during cleaning? None. Shot down with a single word. Why are you so certain? Think about it. If the pool water were drained, what would happen to the orca?
The poor thing.
Whose side are you on, Athena? Exactly, young lady. Without water, Orla would be all right for a short period of time. But anything longer than that would pose serious risks. She could even die.
So the fact that Orla is alive and well is proof that the water wasn't drained on her.
That's right. The orca pool and the show stage pool are next door to each other. A hoist runs between the two to move the orca and the equipment back and forth. When intensive cleaning is done, the orca is moved to the show stage pool first. So the water is only drained while the pool is being cleaned. Please add that information to your testimony. If there were no water in the pool, the orca could die.
That was the information? Okay.
Hold it!
Really? Hold it. I guess you're right.
Son of a gun. Then why did you harp on it so? The defense loves to make a fuss over nothing. You do like to stir up trouble, don't you, Mr. Lawyer? Just like this one.
Beep beep. How rude. Don't compare Mr. Wright to Sniper. Granted, his suit may make him look a little like a penguin.
Athena? Is that what she really thinks of me?
Ah, I wish Sniper and this Miss Baby Chick would both stop all this peeping and cheeping.
Miss Baby Chick? How dare you? No, wait. That actually sounds pretty cute.
Wow, he just got away with calling a young woman a chick in court.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Somehow, we have to show that the water could have been drained at some other time.
If we don't, Sasha will be the only one under suspicion. There must be a hint somewhere. I'd better look through the evidence again.
I have to find out how the water could have been drained while Orla was in there. Well, I mean, can a picture of the crime scene not prove that? Because she's in there when they were investigating. Hold on, maybe that's what I gotta do. Clean the pool is drained. Clean, because I think it's him asserting that she would die. If there's no water in the pool, the orca could die. I think it's this one maybe, because it's like, well, I mean, she was in there and there was almost no water in there. Let's see. Do a little save-a-rooski. Save state. There we go. And then we will present. Pool bottom photo. It's gotta be this, right? Come on. Come on now. The music stopped. If the water in the pool is drained, you say the orca could die. But is that necessarily true? Phoenix Penguin, Athena, Baby Chick, and Apollo Cardinal. Yeah, I can see that. He's definitely a cardinal, like, for sure. I feel like the hair thing just makes it seem more bird-like, too, you know?
What are you talking about?
There is a way to let the water out without harming the orca, isn't there? Your Honor, please allow me to submit this photograph.
Oh, this is... As you can see, there is no water around the Skull Rock area. With the pool in this state, the victim could have been made to fall to his death. However, there is water on the other side of the partition. And Orla looks just fine. Son of a gun. In other words, if the partition is set up at the bottom of the pool, the water can be drained without doing Orla any harm. Are you implying that the water could have been drained at a time other than during cleaning? Yes, there is that possibility.
Dr. Crab is shaking. Looks like he has something to hide. Could it have something to do with the calendar note about meeting with the victim?
Oh yeah, because we found out that was his calendar too. Yeah, that wasn't in the court record anymore, was it?
It might. I'll submit it to the judge. Your Honor, please take a look at this calendar. Ah, you waved that around in court yesterday. No need to drag it out your souvenir today. I've seen it. It's cute, I admit. Actually, I would like you to make note of an entry for the day of the incident. Let me see here. Meet the captain at the Orca Pool at 7 a.m. This note is about a meeting planned with the victim. What? The defense would like to argue that at the time of the meeting, the pool may have been drained of its water. Whose calendar is that? It belongs to Dr. Herman Crab. Isn't that right, Dr. Crab?
Your Honor,
Son of a
there
gun.
appears to be a new subscriber.
Aw, thanks, Vince. Thanks for subbing again for Prime Gaming. Thank you, dude. And thanks for coming to hang out. I appreciate you being here. Enjoy the show, my brother. Hopefully the new house is still pretty awesome. I'm sure it is. Let's see.
Son of a gun. So you suspect me, do you? What is the meaning of this calendar entry, Dr. Crab? Explain yourself. Fine. I was supposed to meet with Jack at the Orca Pool at that time. But I ended up not going.
So you're saying you simply broke your promise? You can't get out of it that easily.
I believe you have some explaining to do.
Just got done with some Dark and Darker. Oh, nice. Cool. That's a game, right? Dark and Darker?
Vincent Vanquish.
A video game? Have you played any of Baldur's Gate yet, Vince? It's really good. I don't know if we've talked about it yet.
Your blade is sharper than I thought, right, Dono? But your cut was shallow, a mere surface scratch. There's a saying amongst prisoners. Do not see, hear, nor speak to smooth-talking lawyers. If you think the witness is suspicious, show your proof. Calendar alone isn't good enough, huh? I have to prove the victim could have fallen to his death at 7 a.m. meeting time, or at that 7 a.m. meeting time.
Let's put our heads together, boss. The victim could have fallen during cleaning when the pool was completely drained. Or, using the partition, it could have been at 7 a.m. and with the water partially drained. What would be the major difference in the circumstance between the two possibilities?
I've not. I've hardly played Diablo 4. Oh yeah. Well, you should check out Baldur's Gate 3. It's basically just D&D, but a video game. It's the best D&D ported into, like, the experience of D&D ported into a video game I've ever played. It's pretty crazy, man. You know, everything's a dice roll still, because it's a lot like, it's from the people who made Divinity Original Sin. So it's a turn-based game, so you control up to 4 people if you're playing by yourself, but you can play with friends, you know, and then they can control people. And they have all these characters that are pre-made for story, but you can also make your own custom character, choose your class, and all this stuff, and your subclass, and you can multi-class if you want. So it's got like all of this D&D stuff in it, dude. It's pretty crazy. I recommend checking it out, dude. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it is pretty cool, man. So yeah, if you want to play it, man, I'm definitely willing to make another character. I already got 3 of them, but I'll make 4, dude. They got like, what, like 6, 7, 8 I can't remember how many playable characters they have, and what's cool about them, I've been playing them so far, is they have really cool backstories, but then there's always like making your own stuff, so it's got so much replayability, and I've played it on 3 different characters so far, different stuff every time, dude. There's always something different that happens. It's pretty sick. You even got like a narrator that tells you like if you see stuff, like if you roll like a 1 in critical fail, like a perception, it's like, oh, like there was a door, like I just couldn't see the door. Like my other character, there's clearly like a wooden door there, but I rolled a check that was wrong, and it's like, it just looks like a freaking wall, dude. And the like narrator talks about it and everything too. It's great. Feels so much like D&D. All right, anyways.
What circumstance was different? The answer could really tell us something.
Well, Sasha was in the pool when it was being cleaned, is that? Let's see, what are the options here? The pool was half filled, the orca was there, the time of the day was different. The orca was there, that's the big thing that's different. And I guess because Orla has cuts, right? She had wounds or something, I think? Let's see, we'll save real quick. The orca was there, that's the big circumstance that's different between the two things.
If the murder occurred at a time other than during the cleaning, the orca must have been there. Oh, you're right. And that would mean that Orla witnessed the murder.
Poor whale.
What's this? You're sheathing your sword so soon. Stop yammering Stop yammering to each other and show me how you wield your sword. All right then, my sword is poised and ready. If the murder was committed at a time other than during the cleaning time, then Orla must have been present at the scene. If I can prove that the murder happened right in front of Orla, then I can prove that Miss Buckler is not guilty.
Did Orla have Jack's blood on her even? That may have been part of it as well.
Order in the court, Mr. Wright. Are you implying that the orca was a witness to the crime?
That is exactly what I'm implying.
And how do you intend to prove the orca witnessed the murder? What are you going to do? Put the orca on the stand and cross-examine her?
I've been known to do it.
This is a critical point. I better think about it carefully.
The defense will cross-examine Orla, continue with Crab, present evidence. I think I'm gonna present evidence. Let's take a look really quick. I think I'm gonna present this. Because there's bloodstains on Orla. That seems sus. So let's save. Put that one in slot 2. Present evidence.
The defense will present evidence. Evidence that will prove Orla witnessed the murder.
You're going to present evidence? Knowing the defense, I thought surely you would try to cross-examine the orca. I must say I'm a little disappointed. That's funny. I had so much time, or such a good time with the parrot. Man, I was really looking forward to another animal being up on the stand. Oh well.
If I can prove Orla saw the murder, we can get her in as a witness to give testimony. Yep. Someone give me the orca translator. Go gadget orca translator.
Gee, sorry to get your hopes up, Your Honor. Very well, let's see this evidence then. It better be good. Better be better than cross-examining an orca. You hear me?
Alright, let's see.
Take that!
Did I get it right? This photo indicates... Wait. Yeah, this photo indicates where we discovered luminol reactions yesterday. By accident. We got some of the luminol testing fluid on Orla. By accident.
We were then very surprised to see luminol reactions on Orla's body.
Objection!
Music's coming in. Better start sweating, Blackwill.
So what of it? There's nothing odd about that. As was discussed in yesterday's trial, the orca was bleeding. Traces of the orca's blood were also found on the skull rock. The orca must have injured herself when she rammed the rock. So that cloud of blood Mr. Plume saw was from Orla headbutting the skull rock, was it?
Skull rock updated in the court record. The victim slammed into it when he fell. Orla also rammed into it. It had been removed from the show pool.
Those luminol reactions you saw on the orca are most likely from her headbutting.
Objection!
But what's odd is the position of those bloodstains. Please take a look at this photograph. Yesterday, Mr. Plume said that the blood disappeared when Orla put on the hat. That testimony indicated that the Orla's injuries were under the hat area. However, these luminol reactions are in two entirely separate areas from her injuries. These bloodstains can't be Orla's own blood from when she was headbutting. Then, where did the blood come from?
It is my firm belief that it's the victim's blood. The victim was killed right in front of Orla. And the victim's blood splattered onto Orla's body.
Ah!
Dr. Crab is just like, what? What? You guys still need me to be here?
Now it finally all makes sense. Orla was a witness to the murder, so that's why.
That's why he tried to murder her with the sleeping pills?
Orla? Boss, something's wrong with Orla.
What? You're right. She's listless, and she's sinking.
There's one more fact that indicates Orla was a witness to the murder.
There's more. The culprit was afraid Orla could somehow reveal what she witnessed. And that's why they did what they did. It's the only thing that makes sense. I have to present that evidence. That evidence that proves the culprit thought Orla was a dangerous witness.
Is the sleeping pill? It must be.
Take that!
Just munching on a sandwich, right?
The defense would like to submit this evidence.
What's this? It looks like some sort of medicine.
It's a sleeping drug, Your Honor. A very powerful one. This sleeping drug was discovered in Orla's stomach yesterday. The culprit tried to drown Orla by putting her into a deep sleep.
Tried to drown the orca, but why?
Can you even do that? Right, Dono. Are you trying to tell this court that the perpetrator tried to kill the orca off to prevent a witness from talking? Do you really expect to defeat me with that feeble attack? My sword has been drawn. I'm not about to sheath my evidence now. Orcas have an enormous potential for intelligence. The possibility that Orla could somehow manage to reveal the truth can't be denied. The culprit believed in this possibility, and that's why they tried to kill her. Dr. Herman Crab, you purchased a sleeping drug, didn't you?
Yeah. What? Does this mean the veterinarian tried to do away with the orca?
Who but the veterinarian would better know how to disguise an orca's death? He could even prevent the police from examining Orla's body.
Why, you... Are you actually accusing me of trying to murder the orca? How dare you! How dare you slander the noble profession of veterinarian!
Ah! Ah!
My goodness! One could cut the tension in this courtroom with a knife. Like he's wearing flip-flops.
Yes, I admit to purchasing that sleeping drug. However, it was subsequently stolen from my lab.
That's such a flimsy excuse.
It's the truth. What else can I say? Any one of the crew members could have entered my lab.
I guess that weakens my evidence quite a bit.
Besides, think about it for a minute. Who was it that threatened Orla after she swallowed the drug? It was I.
Oh, sorry, I said threatened. Treated. You treated Orla. My brain had a little fart there.
I threatened Orla. I told her I'd kill her.
But as I recall, it took you quite a while to give that treatment. You didn't even come on your own. We had to get you.
Son of a gun. You just remember all sorts of little details, don't you, Mr. Lawyer?
The Orca pool and the lab are far apart. It's a little wonder he didn't know Orla's condition.
Objection!
No, but he's got monitors everywhere, right? Didn't know? That's highly doubtful. As far apart as they were, Dr. Crab still had a way to know all about Orla's condition. The defense would like to submit evidence that the witness knew about Orla's condition. What's our evidence of that there? Oh, torpedo. Torpedo. I don't know if that's actually it though, because the data doesn't seem right. But the torpedo system should be what tells it, right? Let's do a little save just in case. This could be wrong. It's not one.
Take that!
The torpedo. You just had to bring that up, didn't you?
With this advanced data system, surely you would have known Orla's condition.
Objection!
Wait just 1 minute. What is this torpedo?
Dr. Crab, how dare you bring a weapon of mass destruction into my courtroom?
The torpedo, or Teleobservation Real-Time Pertinent Data Organizer, is a data system. Until yesterday, only Dr. Crab and Mr. Shipley knew about the torpedo. It isn't legally approved in this country, so it was kept secret from the police.
It's illegal! Dr. Crab, I demand an explanation!
Oh, that is so adorable. Look at that. Snipers up there with the stethoscope or whatever. So cute.
Son of a gun. You and your big mouth, Mr. Lawyer. Yes, it's true. I'm using an illegal system to monitor the creatures at the aquarium. The system uses sensors like these, and yes, there's one in the orca pool too. These sensors send sound waves through the water to gather data on the creatures. If it finds abnormalities in their condition, the torpedo alerts me with a sound. Oh my goodness, how very high-tech. Sounds like a sci-fi. But if it's illegal, I will not turn a blind eye. This matter will be appropriately dealt with at a separate time. Now then, Mr. Wright, please continue.
With the torpedo, I'm sure Dr. Crab noticed the danger Orla was in. But he made no attempt to come to her aid on his own. And the reason for that is that Dr. Crab wanted Orla dead.
The torpedo didn't give me a warning message. That's why I didn't know there was anything wrong with Orla. The sensor in the orca pool wasn't working during the police's investigation.
Objection!
Oh, because it was underwater, probably because it uses sound waves, right? Can you prove that statement?
Objection!
What's with him?
I guess this is all so high-tech for Prosecutor Blackwell that it's making him a little funny.
Funny. Yes. I find this all very funny. Witness, those sensors send sound waves through the water, correct? But what if there isn't any water?
Then they wouldn't work. They would automatically switch off.
I see. And where is this sensor in the orca pool located?
I don't know. Jack is the one who attached it for me. You don't know? Then I will tell you. The police found a sensor just like the one you just showed us. They found it attached to the table at the bottom of the pool.
Table? Do you mean the table in this photograph?
That's right. Don't you get it, right, Dono? The table is on the the table is on the Skull Rock side of the partition. It's affixed to the bottom of the pool and can't be moved.
Oh, and so if the water was drained from the Skull Rock side of the pool...
Precisely. Without the water, the torpedo sensor would not work. Witness, when did that sensor automatically switch off?
Hang on, I'll look it up. Well, then we should know anytime it turned off, then we should know if it was drained at a time, right? Now we know there's a log of when it's drained.
Papa Snake! The only times lately were during cleaning 2 days ago and the investigation yesterday. Of course, I knew the pool would be drained while they cleaned it. But I had no idea they drained it for the investigation. No one let me know. That's why I didn't know about the Orla's condition yesterday.
So Dr. Crab really did want to save Orla?
Did you hear that right, Dono? Yes, the water can be drained without harm to the Orca if the partition is used. But if the water is drained from the Skull Rock side, the sensor turns itself off. If the sensor was always on except for during the cleaning and the investigation, it means there must have been water in the pool at all other times. It was never drained.
Hey, Hoodie, what's up? What's I'm late? I'll be playing ESO. Nice, hell yeah. Can I have a summary when it's time, please? Yeah, no problem. So far we are. Let's see. I'm trying to think if I can go back far enough. How would I say it? An aquarium is where we're at. This is where the crime took place. It was the owner of the aquarium. He was killed. Everybody thought it was the whale's fault. There's a very famous whale named Orla there, and they thought the whale did it because of where he was found was by the pool. We proved that he actually fell into the pool, and so the whale couldn't have done it because there would have been any water in the pool. But then that implicated another person who we were friends with, so now we're trying to defend them to say, well, it was also not her, even though she's the only other one that had access to the crime scene. So what we were just doing was we're kind of like pinning all of the blame of the murder and everything on the veterinarian for the aquarium, because he apparently had a note on his private schedule that he was going to meet with the victim the day he died, the morning he died or whatever, or something like that. And we also found that the whale got sick because it had some sort of like sleeping pill that would have killed the whale, and he was the one who purchased those pills. And he claimed somebody stole them and could have done that themselves or whatever without his involvement. But that's sort of where we are right now. And so we specifically just were talking about how there are sensors in the pool, and the sensors are supposed to tell the doctor whether or not the whale is okay. And he was talking about, it's like, well, I didn't know that the whale was sick because I didn't have the sensors, and that was like his defense. And so Blackwell's trying to say, like, yeah, of course the sensors weren't working because there was no water in the pool because the sensors used the water. So yeah, this is Blackwell trying to get back at us.
In other words, no one but the defendant could have committed the crime.
Classic.
Ah!
Is Will okay from a pearly pour luminol on accident? Okay, yeah, you remember that. Yeah. It seems okay. We haven't heard anything negative ever since that. There was just we got the medicine out of its mouth, so, or its stomach or whatever. So it's been okay so far. Yeah, it was a sleeping pill was in the stomach. Yeah, exactly. And it was like a super strong one, and it's apparently the veterinarian last week told us that that is how he kills animals when he has to. He uses the sleeping pill. That's like his, like, I guess, humane way of doing it. But in this case, Orla would have, like, drowned because, you know, she's a whale, I guess, so she needs to breathe air at some point. But yeah.
Order in the court.
There you go. There's a recap.
This completely shatters the defense's argument. But the fact still remains that Orla was nearly killed when Dr. Krabs with Dr. Krabs' sleeping drug.
Objection.
But aren't you forgetting one important question? When was the sleeping pill drug given to the orca? You're right. That hasn't been discussed yet, has it? The orca pool is the scene of the murder. The police were there all day yesterday. The only way to give the drug to the orca undetected is to put it in her food. Yesterday, someone gave the orca food during the trial. Someone did? I'm afraid I don't remember that. You don't remember? You're not that old yet, are you? It was the defendant, Sasha Buckler. Ah! So that is the orca that stands accused, is it?
Tweet. Nah, she's waving her flipper at us. Maybe she's cheering us on. Orla, wish Phoenix and Athena luck. Tweet.
So your argument is that Miss Buckler is the one who gave the orca the drug.
Oop, gotta click.
The prosecution argument hasn't changed.
Damn, no wonder it's getting hot in here. 1 second. I gotta turn my AC up a little bit. It's almost 80 degrees down here. All right.
Buckler made the victim fall to his death, and then manipulated the orca and to pin it on her. Still not satisfied, she further planned to kill the orca with the sleeping drug.
God, she just wants to murder everybody? That, I feel like what's in it for Sasha at that point? Just murder everyone.
I didn't hear any reports of Dr. Crab feeding Orla. Maybe he didn't have a hand in Orla's attempted murder after all. But is there anybody else who could have fed Orla besides Sasha?
If that is true, the defendant is the one who fed the sleeping drug to the orca. Then that places even more suspicion on her than ever.
Objection.
The defense objects to the prosecution's claims.
Sasha's taking the pirate like too seriously. Yeah, getting a little overboard there, girl.
Well, you still haven't admitted defeat. Prosecutor Blackwell, I don't appreciate the way you only mention the parts that are convenient for you. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? The prosecutor failed to mention that Miss Buckler wasn't the only one who fed Orla. As you will recall, there was another person who gave Orla food.
Oh, you mean that person?
Looks like Athena remembers now too.
Shit, am I gonna have to remember? Shoot.
Congrats, Sasha.
Tweet.
This is to celebrate. Eat it all up. Tweet.
Is that Marlon? I just did Marlon's voice, right?
Oh, Mr. Wright, no.
I don't want to believe it either. But we can't ignore the truth. The other person who fed Orla during the trial was...
I must have been Marlon, right? Let me save. Just in case I'm wrong. I know Pearls was taking care of Orla at one point, but I don't think Pearls ever fed Orla that we know of. I'm gonna go with Marlon.
Take that.
Please recall when Orla was found not guilty yesterday. Marlon Rhymes gave the orca a large quantity of food. If the sleeping drug was mixed in with that food, it could be given to the orca without arousing police suspicion. Now that you mention it, I do remember that flip-flopper feeding the orca.
Oh yeah, because he's a hip hopper. He calls him a flip flopper. I forgot about that.
He's a flip-flopper. All the kids are doing it or something. So you remember, did you? I see the time for a true sword fight has come. I call Marlon Rhymes to the stand. Mr. Lawyer, both Miss Orca Lover and Marlon Rhymes are important members of our crew. I don't suspect either of them, but I'm ready to accept whatever truth you find. Here, take this.
That charm. It's a charm that matches the one Azura Summers had, isn't it? See, you and Miss Summers were romantically involved, weren't you, Dr. Crab?
What? No, of course not. Sorry to disappoint you, but this doesn't belong to me. At the time, I thought it was Azura's, so I grabbed it. But it wasn't hers. Now it's up to you, Mr. Lawyer, to figure out whose charm it is.
Oh, okay.
I will. Thank you, Dr. Crab. After all, I'm interested in the outcome of this trial, too. Now then, please summon Marlon Rhymes to the witness stand. What's going on? What's everybody making that face for? I haven't been watching the trial and nobody's told me anything. Marlon Rhymes, you're under suspicion for the attempted murder of an orca. I see. Well, if it's already out.
Wait, what the fuck?
Mr. Rhymes?
Is he really going to admit it?
Fine. I'll tell the truth.
Damn dog. What the fuck?
The truth. Sasha's lying to protect that orca. At 3:30 a.m. on the 20th, there was still water in the orca pool. The incident happened before the orca was moved to the show pool. Orla killed the captain by bashing him 30 feet high and making him slam down on the water. So I thought the orca should pay the consequences. Now we're back to the orca again. Son of a bitch.
I did not see that testimony coming.
Now wait just 1 minute. Yesterday Orla was proven innocent. Besides, you said Orla was in the show pool during the cleaning.
I didn't want to sell Sasha out. That's why I didn't tell the truth. But the fact is, all three of us, Sasha, the captain, and me, were cleaning the pool room.
But Dr. Crab and Miss Buckler both said you were at the show stage.
Well, the only thing Dr. Crab knew about the cleaning was what I told him. I didn't give him a whole lot of details either. Maybe he misunderstood. Sasha's lying to protect the orca. She can't tell the truth. Sasha put blood on the skull rock herself to make the fake blood stain. I think it's pretty brave of her to let herself get arrested to protect the orca.
Mr. Rhymes, how can you lie like that?
It's the truth. Besides, wouldn't it be better for you if I wasn't lying? If the orca did it, you win your case.
What?
This is all very hard to believe. But if Mr. Rhymes' story is true, Miss Buckler would be innocent, and the orca would be the killer.
Meaning if we turn our backs on Orla, we could save Sasha?
Having a witness lie to save your own client. What a dirty, underhanded tactic, right, Dono?
Objection!
Yesterday, the defense proved Orla was not guilty. We have no intention of going back on our assertions now. What are you saying, Mr. Wright? All you gotta do is admit the Orca did it and Sasha goes free. Isn't a lawyer supposed to act in his client's best interest?
But that wouldn't be acting in her interest. Miss Buckler believes Orla is innocent. And we, of course, believe that Miss Buckler herself is innocent too. Acting in the client's best interest is an important part of our job as lawyers. Using dirty means to win a verdict would destroy our client's faith in us.
That's right. We believe in both Miss Buckler and Orla's innocence.
Huh? I just don't understand how you can treat a human and an Orca equally. Sasha or the Orca, you can only save one of them.
I don't know about that. I think I can save them both. All I have to do is disprove your testimony.
Oh yeah? Then go ahead and try.
I will do just that.
If I can't tear down his testimony, I won't be able to save both of them. I have to find a weak spot and start tearing.
Cross-examination.
Sasha's lying to protect that Orca.
Hold it!
What exactly do you claim Miss Buckler is lying about?
Sasha put that bloodstain on the skull rock in stuff herself as false evidence. She left fake traces to try and save the Orca.
Objection!
Witness, if you keep talking nonsense, I will seal your mouth shut.
The defense supports the prosecution's idea.
But Mr. Wright, my testimony helps your client. You ought to be happy.
I want to save both Orla and Miss Buckler. I won't accept anything less. Now that that's understood, please continue with your testimony.
Fine. At 3:30 a.m. on the 20th, there was still water in the Orca pool.
Hold it!
When the victim was killed, how much water was in the pool?
It was before the pool was drained for cleaning, so it was full.
You went into the Orca pool room and saw this yourself. Dr. Crabbe said that you were at the show stage.
Objection!
But it's possible that Dr. Crabbe was misinformed or that he misunderstood. The witness already explained this. Why are you taking this meaningless track? If you want to play games, Taka here would be more than happy to play with you.
We better be careful on how we press the... Wait, we better be careful on how we press the witness. Taka's watching us like a hawk.
It is a hawk.
Witness, continue.
Guess I'm gonna do a little quick save, because are they gonna start penalizing me for this?
The incident happened before the Orca pool was, The incident happened before the Orca was moved to the show pool. Press.
Hold it!
So you're saying the incident took place before the cleaning began?
Yeah, I guess so. The captain, Sasha, and I were going to do the cleaning together. It's much more efficient than trying to have just one person do it all alone. In the defense's case, however, more lawyers means simply more lawyers, nothing more.
What? You're one to talk. All you have on your side is a cantankerous bird.
What about me? I'm up here all alone. Are you people done? You need to witness. You need the witness to keep you focused. For shame, right, Dono?
Hey, I was the only one who kept my mouth shut.
Anyway, the incident happened in the Orca pool before the cleaning got started. Orla killed the captain by bashing him 30 feet high and making him slam down on the water.
Hold it!
Can an Orca even do that? Send a person flying up into the air like that?
Yup, of course. I mean, I just said it. You think I'm gonna contradict myself? I've seen orcas bashing seals 60 feet into the air. So naturally, Orla could do that to the captain, too. What a frightening thought. And you mention it so casually, Mr. Rhymes. Well, what else can I say? It's the truth.
Mr. Rhymes is claiming that Orla killed the victim by sending him flying into the air. Would something like that have been possible in the Orca pool room? There's something about that statement that bothers me.
And so you witnessed the moment the victim was killed by the orca. Is that right? Exactly. So I thought the orca should pay. So I thought the orca should pay the consequences.
Hold it!
And that's why you put the sleeping drug in Orla's food. Ahoy, yo, 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 ho! Sasha could be found guilty if we let her be. But if the orca dies, Sasha could go free. Thought if the orca was already dead, Sasha might tell the truth and free herself. Might seem cruel, but a man kill an animal has to be put down. The culprit must have tried to do away with Orla because she was a witness to the crime. But if Mr. Rhymes is the culprit, why would he try to protect Sasha?
I'm sensing some very complex emotions from Mr. Rhymes. I need more information before I can do a proper analysis.
If I'm going to tear down his testimony, I guess I have to present evidence.
Of course we don't believe Mr. Rhymes' testimony.
But he's suggesting the murder took place in the Orca pool. Unless we can disprove that, we won't be able to save both Orla and Sasha.
Okay, so it's the one that he was super suspicious of, obviously. This one, do I have evidence that can... Let me look at that autopsy report again. Received after death. Thought to be from a 65-foot fall. 30 feet's not 65 feet, so that could be it. It's the only thing I really got to start with. So maybe we'll start there. Let me see. Let's save. Is that it? Music stopped. When lies are piled on top of each other, contradictions start to emerge. This time is no different. Are you saying there's some kind of inconsistency in my testimony? That's exactly what I'm saying. You claim that the victim was sent flying about 30 feet into the air. The autopsy report states the cause of death was thought to be from a 65-foot fall. What? Additionally, in your testimony a moment ago, you said, at 3:30 a.m. in the 20th, there was still water in the Orca pool. The pool is about 65 feet deep, and there is about 30 feet between the water and ceiling. If the pool was full of water, as you claimed, it would be impossible for the victim to fall about 65 feet, as the autopsy states. Ugh!
Mr. Rhymes claimed he was in the Orca pool room so he could make these statements. But the truth must be he was at the show stage, just as Dr. Crab and Sasha testified.
I believe that brings us back around to the orca didn't do it. I didn't believe the witness's testimony from the outset. I am grateful to you, Raitono, for shutting the witness up. As I thought, the only person who could have killed the victim is Sasha Buckler. That fact still remains, whether the witness was the one who tried to kill the orca or not. Son of a...
Mr. Rhymes was right about one thing. His testimony was advantageous to our case. But pointing out the contradiction in his statement will only drive us into a corner.
As Prosecutor Blackwell said, suspicion against Mrs. Buckler is now deepened.
Uh-oh. If I don't do something fast, The judge is going to find Sasha guilty.
Mr. Wright, isn't there anything we can do? There has to be a way to prove Sasha innocent.
At a time like this, the thing to do is turn my thinking around. Instead of trying to prove that Sasha couldn't have done it, I have to think about what made it possible for somebody else to have done it. As long as the crime scene is the Orca pool room, then Sasha is the only one who could have committed the crime.
No need for pity, your baldness. Just finish him off with a swift verdict. It appears the defense has no objections. Very well. I will give my verdict.
Hold it!
Your Honor, please hold on that verdict. But you were so quiet, Mr. Wright. Do you have something to say now?
The defense has a counter-argument.
You do? Pitiful. Such desperation. You look pale. Are you sure you're prepared to make this court counter-argument?
A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. I'll never forget those words, no matter how many years go by. Even though it's probably just a bluff, I'll give it to them with a smile.
What if the scene of the crime was somewhere else?
The scene of the crime? Somewhere else? What? You're finding fault with the police investigation now.
As I understand it, the prosecution's argument is as follows. The scene of the crime was the Orca pool room. Only the defendant and the victim were entered that room when there was no water in the pool. Therefore, only the defendant could have committed the crime.
That is correct.
But if the scene of the crime was not the Orca pool room, then somebody other than the defendant could have committed the crime.
Are you sure you know where you're going with this?
I might not be too sure, but I can't back down now.
Mr. Wright, I hope that I'm wrong. But this isn't one of your bluffs by any chance.
Of course not.
The judge knows me far too well.
Do you have a theory on where the actual scene of the crime was?
Yes, of course.
Think, Phoenix, think. Think of a place, other than the Orca pool room, where one could fall to one's death.
And by all means, please share your testimony with the court. Where was the real scene of the murder?
The show pool, I guess. I just click in the show pool, I guess. Let's save. The so-stage pool might have been drained of water at some point as well. And if so, it would be just as possible to fall to one's death there as the Orca pool. Wait, so there as the. It would be just as possible to fall to one's death there as the Orca pool. Okay, no, yeah, that's right. Just didn't know how to get the inflection in there.
Right, Dono. What you're doing is a disgrace to your profession. I sincerely hope you have some basis for what you're suggesting.
Of course I do.
I will, as soon as I think of something.
The victim's body was found in the Orca pool. How do you explain that?
Objection!
How about if, after the victim was killed in the show stage pool, his body was moved to the Orca pool?
How about if? What kind of presentation of your argument is that? You had better have a reasonable explanation of how the body was moved.
There's no turning back now. I have to think of a way the body could have been moved. Was there something at the scene that could have been used to move the body?
I mean, of course there is, dude. We know that. Oh, I don't have to show you that side.
Take that!
The hoist runs between the Orca pool room and the show stage. The stretcher can be hung from the hoist to move things like Orla or the Skull Rock. The stretcher could have also been used to move the dead body. Yes, if the stretcher can move the Orca or the Skull Rock, it seems likely it could also move a dead body as well.
Wow, somehow that worked. I just might be able to pull this off.
If the show pool was the scene of the crime, somebody else could have done it.
Objection!
You desperately spew conjecture, and now you even make up a crime scene. Uh-oh, he broke off. Ugh.
Not again!
You don't have the soul of a warrior. You don't deserve to be on the battlefield. And even your fabrication is half-baked. It's a disgrace. What do you mean half-baked? Yeah, exactly. Objection. The hoist can be operated from the Orca pool room only. Is that right? I forgot about that detail. The only person who entered the Orca pool room was the defendant. So even if the body was moved, the only one who could have moved it was the defendant herself.
Ah!
Order. So it comes back to the defendant, no matter which pool it was.
Meaning, I can't clear Sasha either way. Sasha said she moved Orla in the Skull Rock, and I believe her. So could it be possible that she moved the body herself without being aware of it?
Mr. Wright, do you have an objection to Prosecutor Blackwell's claim?
Do I have an objection to the claim that the defendant moved the body?
Bet I have one or no objections? I mean, I feel like we gotta go with you bet I have one. That one's not jumping out at me. You bet I have one.
The defense has an objection. All right, fine. Let's hear this objection then. Well, my objection is...
I can't admit I haven't thought of one.
Mr. Wright, you just felt like saying you had an objection, didn't you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, I just feel like giving you a penalty.
Oh, damn it. Alright. Hold on. This is why we scum. Zoomies! I have no objection, sir. I am so sorry for stopping this court. I have no objections. Miss Buckler must have been the one who moved the body. Maybe she didn't know she was moving the body? Oh, that was the second one. I missed the first one. Thank you, Vince. And Togepi.
What? Mr. Wright, are you admitting the defendant committed the murder?
No. I'm simply conceding that she was the only one who could have moved the body. However, I contend Miss Buckler was not aware of what she was moving. The culprit made her move it, unbeknownst to her.
The defendant moved a dead body without recognizing it was a dead body. How could that be possible?
The body was found in the Orca pool. It must have been moved there somehow. I might find some kind of hint in the thing she moved with the stretcher.
The culprit made Miss Buckler move the body along with this piece of evidence.
Okay. This piece of evidence. With the skull? Maybe body along with this piece of it. Maybe the walkie-talkie? Because you could have said just like, all right, go ahead and take it or whatever, right? I don't know if that's what they're trying to ask or not. Sometimes I get confused with that. Let me see. This is why we say, I'll try the walkie-talkie. Why not?
Take that!
You're claiming the defendant moved the body with that?
Probably not right then.
It might seem surprising, but it's true.
It's not surprising. It's absurd, which is no surprise coming from you. Afraid I have to agree.
Damn it, okay. So, what, they weren't taking the same mental route I took. Okay. Depends on what you mean by made. Oh, man. Okay, it just crashed. Hold on. She just rolled it along using the sword and just poking it. I thought it was gonna be like, how did he like deceive her into doing it? I thought, well, maybe over the walkie-talkie, he like said it was something else or something. He lied, right? It seems logical. Okay, there we go. So not the walkie-talkie. Maybe the skull rock. I don't know what else it could have been. Because the skull rock was something she moved, so it's got to be the skull rock then, right?
Take that!
The skull rock? That was unexpected. I didn't think the skull rock would be involved.
What's up, Never? How's it going? Thank goodness for safety saves, exactly. Didn't miss a beat thanks to that.
Welcome and never blaming.
The skull rock?
Miss Buckler told me yesterday that she moved the skull rock when she was cleaning. The only two things Miss Buckler moved to the Oracle Pool are Orla and the skull rock. I would like to suggest that the victim's body may have been inside the skull rock.
Damn, dog.
What?
Hidden inside the rock, the body could have been moved to the Oracle Pool with the hoist. At the show stage, Marlon Rhymes loaded up the skull rock with the body inside. And then he used the walkie-talkie to let Miss Buckler know the rock was loaded. Miss Buckler operated the hoist from the Orca Pool room and moved the stretcher. She moved the rock without knowing the body was inside.
Do you really think there's enough space inside the skull rock to place a body?
The swashbuckler flyer indicates that it could be possible. Please focus on the question at the bottom left. Who will obtain the gold coins hidden in the skull rock?
Oh, it says who will obtain the gold coins hidden in the skull rock.
All right, I see it. Mauling at mosquitoes at work. Oh man, I hate mosquitoes. Doing all right, man. Playing some Ace Attorney. You know how much I like this.
In that case, I suppose the rock is most likely hollow.
What's more, if the body was inside the skull rock, it explains the remaining unanswered questions.
Such as?
Please take a look at the security footage of the scene Miss DePlume witnessed. Where did the body that Miss DePlume saw come from? Please recall. What was Orla doing at the skull rock at the time? She was headbutting it.
Oh!
That's right. Orla's ramming released the body from the skull rock. The body had been placed inside the skull rock and moved there from the show stage. I assert that the real murder scene was, in fact, at the show stage pool.
Silence.
What a rubbish is this now? You don't have a single scrap of evidence.
Objection!
It's easy enough to verify what I say. Take a look inside the skull rock for yourself. You should find some kind of proof that the body was there. Blood, fibers, hair.
I don't know.
You already had that evidence and you just didn't look at it? Come on, Black Will.
Mr. Wright, that was incredible. You turned things completely around. And to think, it all started with that half-baked bluff, too.
That silence line really sounds piratey. Silence, arr.
Phew, that was a close one.
Did you really have to add that last bit?
If the murder took place at the show stage, then who is the perpetrator?
It is, naturally, the person who was at the show stage. Mr. Rhymes, weren't you the one who loaded the skull rock into the stretcher at the show stage? Oh, he's gonna blow. Oh, or he's gonna just laugh.
Wow, Mr. Wright. That was some pretty smart brain work you did there. To be honest, I never thought you could figure it out. I tried to protect myself, but I guess it came back to bite me. Are you confessing you gave false testimony before You gave false testimony before, Mr. Rhymes? That's perjury! And apparently I care about that in this game. Yeah. What Mr. Wright says is true. The body was inside the skull rock. And it's true the captain was killed in the show pool, too.
What? He's admitting that easily?
This time, I'm gonna tell you the whole truth about what happened that day.
Alright, how can we trust you though, dude? The whole truth, and nothing but the truth! You son of a bitch! They're selective about if a perjury is a crime or not in this court of law, yeah. I think it's funny that they didn't even I feel like maybe they did, I just forgot. I feel like they never mentioned it until this game. It's like the first one ever even say the word perjury.
In the show pool, the orca shot the captain up into the air. And the captain came down and slammed into the water. I can still remember the spectators' screams clearly. All Sasha did was move the body. She was trying to protect the orca. When Mr. Plume witnessed the orca finding the body, I freaked.
Okay, he's all over the place, dude.
So now we're back to the orca again, I see. If you were going to give testimony like that, why did I bother putting you on the stand? All I'm doing is telling the truth. That day, Sasha wanted to do the old version of the Swashbuckler Spectacular. So I suggested she hide the body in the skull rock and move it to the orca pool.
Wait, she wanted to do it, so she suggested the hunt. So they both in cahoots killed him now? That's what he's saying? Now he's taking Sasha down with him? He's like, no, Orla did it, and me and Sasha, we try to cover it up. So we're all three guilty. This is just getting crazy, dude. Hold on. Switch into seated mode.
We're going down, down.
Make us all walk the plank.
There we go.
So I suggested she hide the body in the skull rock and move it to the orca pool. I was gonna figure out what to do with the body after the show was over. The orca is the one who killed the captain. It wasn't me, and it wasn't Sasha.
So was Mr. Rhymes' idea to hide the body in the skull rock? But if Mr. Rhymes is the culprit, why would he protect Sasha? False charges against Sasha would mean he himself would escape suspicion, but so why?
Mr. Wright, how about if you leave this to me?
Athena, do you mean you heard something?
Yep, noise. Discord in Mr. Rhymes' heart.
So that means somewhere in his testimony, there's an inconsistency in his emotions.
All right, Athena. Give him a good counseling session.
You got it, boss. So tell me how you feel about that. Huh? What's this?
What are you getting, Athena?
This testimony is pretty complex. Feelings of deep sadness and intense anger are being called up. Those two emotions appear to be running out of control.
Out of control emotions? Is that going to be a problem?
We'll have to probe their cause if we want to get to his true emotions and testimony. There might even be an odd or unnatural spots in his testimony he isn't even aware of.
All right, let's probe the cause of his out-of-control emotions then.
I'll explain how to probe. Let's find the root cause together.
We already know how to do this stuff, right? Is this any different? Probe button, yep.
Explain what's causing Mr. Rhymes' out-of-control emotions. Finally, tap probe to complete the process.
I guess because it's a DLC case, they teach you everything.
Memories can be recalled incorrectly. If you still haven't found anything after all the statements and images, I'll help.
Great. All right. Let's get started comparing the statements with the images.
Okay. Oh, no. He's so happy and so sad. It's like, or no, sorry, he's so angry and mad. I said happy, you idiot. He's so angry and sad. My bad. Never mind. In the show pool, the orca shot the captain up into the air. And he's sad and angry about it. Okay. Then the captain came down and slammed into the water. I mean, it's just water, though. I can still remember the spectators' screams. Clearly. The witnesses, you mean? All Sasha did was move the body. She was trying to protect the orca. When Mr. Plume witnessed the orca finding the body, I freaked. What could be the cause of this out of control sadness and anger?
It'd be hard to find them both at the same time. Let's concentrate on probing just one. He did make an odd statement I was wondering about. I highly doubt there were any spectators at the scene of the crime.
Hey, good point. That just doesn't fit.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was saying there are witnesses.
It might be the cause of his out-of-control emotions. Point to the spectators.
Just to be sure, I'll explain how to probe one more time.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Okay, come on. Come on, dude.
Probe it. I doubt there were any spectators there at the show stage when the owner died. If there had been, those witnesses would have told us the true crime scene right away.
Yeah, and you're gonna hide the body in front of all of them? I mean, what, come on, dude.
What? Oh, right, of course. I just made a mistake.
Okay, that made the sadness subside. So maybe the spectators part was what was making him sad.
I wonder why he would make that mistake, saying spectators were there. Strange.
The only thing I can think of is that he was mixing up one memory with another. Like, he was in a similar situation before, and it was deeply imprinted in his heart.
Yeah, what she's talking about is that the last person who died, it was during the show, right? We read that in the book, the Plume's book. The Plume.
A situation where an orca killed somebody and there were spectators there. Hey, I think I know why he's mixing up his memories. The reason why Mr. Rhymes mixed up his memories is...
It's gotta be this killer whale.
Take that!
Mr. Rhymes, I think I know what happened. Could you have been mixing up what happened a year ago with this incident? Maybe that's why you slipped and said the owner was killed in front of spectators.
Yeah, I gave him 50% off and some gift shop stuff. You know, they love that shit. A couple of fucking paperweights and stuff.
What? How did you... You're right. I did see the orca kill somebody a year ago. But what about it? I was just one of the spectators.
Really? Just another spectator? There must be a reason why you feel great sadness about the incident last year.
Silence.
But isn't Marlin new? So maybe he was a spectator. Whale paperweight and a sea urchin loofahs. Hell yeah.
Stop this nonsensical scrutiny of feelings. Just present evidence to prove your point.
But boss, do you have any kind of evidence that would back us up here?
There is one piece that comes to mind that might explain his sadness. Well, I'm waiting.
I guess maybe he was the boyfriend, huh?
Let's see this evidence that has to do with Marlon Rimes' sadness. Save it up.
Gotta save it up. We'll go with the charm.
Take that!
Azura Summers died in an accidental death 1 year ago. This is her boyfriend's charm. Hey, what are you doing with that charm? It was found in Rifle's stomach yesterday. Judging by your reaction, I believe this charm belongs to you. Guess I need to push him just a little harder to make him admit it.
When Mr. Rhymes said the word charm, he was very rattled. We better examine this charm a little more.
Good idea. Let's look inside it. Huh? What's this? A photograph?
Oh, look at that. I like how the orca's behind him.
Fweet, fweet, fweet.
Hey, this is Azura Summers and Marlon Rimes.
Mr. Rhymes, you and Azura Summers were a couple, weren't you?
So what if we were a couple? It doesn't have anything to do with the captain's case.
You believe you saw the orca kill your girlfriend. That's the cause of your sadness.
Isn't that emotion of yours connected to the current case?
Silence!
The only thing you revealed was that the witness's relationship with the victim a year ago. What does the witness's past have to do with the case at hand?
I don't know yet.
Well, we managed to pinpoint the source of his sadness. Now let's delve into who Mr. Rhymes is angry at. Beep, beep, beep.
In the show pool, the orca shot the captain up into the air. Maybe the captain here? Maybe I'll try that real quick. Let me save. I'll probe it. Actually, no, he's gonna change the story, right? With this part? That's what I think. Let's see what that's at. Still remember the captain's dead body clearly. It's like, why is he mad? So let's point at the captain.
So what's the cause of Mr. Rhymes' intense anger?
Well, I don't think it was directed at that. Let's think about who he's really angry at and why.
Okay, so maybe it's Orla somehow. Is he mad because the plume saw it? Oh, let's see. Let's try Orla.
Mr. Rhymes, you're angry with Orla, aren't you? Angry? At an orca? Why would I be? If you think I have some reason to be mad, then show me some proof.
Do I have proof that Mr. Rhymes has a reason to be mad?
I mean, that the orca killed his girlfriend, right? Wait, are they throwing a curveball at me, or is this pretty straightforward? I'll go slot 2 this time. I've got your proof. The book again?
I bet that evidence we just took a look at would come in handy here.
This charm indicates that you were Azura Summers' boyfriend. I'm sure you believe Orla killed your girlfriend a year ago. You lost your girlfriend, and so you've been angry at Orla. All right. I'll admit it. I'll never forgive that orca. Azura is dead, and that orca is still swimming around happy as a clam. I became an animal keeper just so I could prove that orca is a killer. You're right. I want that orca to pay. There, do you feel good dragging up a person's past? But it still doesn't change anything.
He's right.
I disagree. It does change things. His out-of-control emotion quieted down. Now we should be able to find out the truth behind that emotion.
Mr. Plume witnessed the orca. Am I still like... No, I'm pinpointing. I'm not probing anymore. Maybe the fact that the body was found made him mad. I don't know. I'm pretty bad at these sometimes. Hold on. Point out the madness? Madness? Nope. Okay, yeah, alright. I don't know how to find out strange emotions. Oh, I don't understand emotions. How can I ever connect with people? Hold on. Oh, she was trying to protect the orca. Maybe he's mad about that. God damn, this is so... I don't understand. I'm sure if I look it up, it's gonna make complete sense, and I'm gonna feel like an idiot. Come on, dude. Oh, I just gotta load it, dummy. Maybe it's this one because oh, the madness is biggest here, so that would make sense. Maybe. Maybe. No, come on, dude. So maybe it's because he shouldn't be sad. Fuck, dude. Just gonna look up a hint, dude. I don't know what you want from me. Oh my gosh, it's always something that's silly like that. Like, jeez. Okay, so it's this slide, and it's not either of the motions that are going off. It's this one. He's not surprised because he says he freaked. So why is he not surprised? My God, it's always the ones that when he's not feeling an emotion. I always screw that up. Okay. Dude, I was so far away from guessing that. I'm glad I looked it up, dude. When Mr. Plume witnessed the orca finding the body, you freaked. Really? What are you getting at? With Mr. Plume as a witness, Orla was guaranteed to be accused of murder. Didn't it work out exactly as you hoped? In order to have Orla put down, you made sure Mr. Plume witnessed that scene. Look at his face. So evil. Yeah, see, because you're probably better at that part of the game than I am, WB, for sure. So you figured all that out, did you? Mr. Rhymes, are you admitting? I didn't really want to have to fight anybody but the orca. But you leave me no choice. Okay, interesting. Whoa! Whoa, he looks badass now, dude. What the fuck just happened? What? What a transformation, dude. He's a totally different guy. Now it's time to get serious.
Ahoy! What? Yo, ho! Ahoy, me brothers represent. Avasti grassy to stay free. Take me words and pop it in your mouth, sir. Damn it, scurvy me timber or something. Yo, ho! Bro, I'm ready for the showdown. What is going on? Where did this pirate fellow come from?
Yeah, Super Saiyan mode activated indeed. He looks like a completely different person. In a comic, they would say they're drawing him differently. Anyways, I feel like comics usually say that.
Order. If we don't have order, Prosecutor Black will yell at us. I don't want that. I'm very delicate.
Even Prosecutor Blackwell is at a loss for words.
So I plan to have that wench be a witness? Ye caught me out. It be true I thought that Orca's murderous ways should be found out. That be why I schemed to have the plume see the body.
So you admit it? You deliberately framed Orla?
It be true. But what skin be that off anybody's nose? That Orca be a murdering scurvy dog. I may have a grudge against that Orca, but I always felt grateful towards the captain. The Orca murdered Azura and the captain, so of course she should walk the plank.
I don't have a response to that.
I agree, it wouldn't make any sense for him to kill the owner. Why would he? But his hatred for Orla, on the other hand, comes through loud and clear.
Wait a minute. If killing Mr. Shipley doesn't make sense, who would it make sense for Mr. Rhymes to kill? Maybe my theory's been all wrong.
Your Honor, I think I just became aware of a new fact.
Oh, and what is that?
Now that we know about Mr. Rhymes' intense hatred of Orla, it turns the premise we've been arguing under on its ear.
I will now reveal the identity of the individual Mr. Rhymes meant to kill from the start. The Orca? Right? Wouldn't that be who he wanted to kill? Hold on. He's mad at the Orca because he believes it killed his girlfriend. So that's who he was trying to kill, but then Jack died somehow?
Take that!
What?
Yeah, he meant to kill Apollo.
So the witness's intent was to kill the Orca.
Exactly. The witness's intended victim was not Jack Shipley. From the start, it was all a scheme to kill Orla. The Orca was the true target, but Jack Shipley is the one who died. The Orca is alive and quite well.
He's right. He wanted to kill the Orca, and yet it was Jack Shipley who fell to his death. How did that happen? Wait a minute. What if Mr. Rhymes wanting to kill Orla was somehow connected to Mr. Shipley's death?
At a loss for words, are you? What happened to your bravado a moment ago? Enough of these reckless words without any basis in fact.
Objection!
They aren't reckless words. The basis for my claim is at the real murder scene. Wait, is at the real murder scene. The show pool. What are you talking about? It's my contention that two incidents happened at the show pool. The attempted murder of the Orca and the victim falling to his death. First of all, in order to kill the Orca, Mr. Rhymes removed something from the scene. And by doing so, he made it possible for Mr. Shipley to fall to his death.
What did he remove?
The water? This is what Mr. Rhymes removed for, in an attempt to kill Orla. The water, right?
Take that!
Don't tell me you're trying to claim that he tried to kill the Orca by draining the pool water. That's exactly what I'm claiming.
To help the defendant with the cleaning, Marlon Rhymes took charge of Orla, with the plan to kill Orla in the show pool. And because the pool water was drained, it made it possible for Jack Shipley to fall to his death in the show pool. Oh, who said it? I tried to kill the orca, ye say.
I guess that's why his name is Marlon Rhymes, right? Because that's a Marlin.
Can you even prove that there is a nary a drop of water in the pool? That day, I was simply looking after the orca. Why would I have the monstrous thought of killing it?
Objection!
Because your girlfriend, we went over this. You claim you were looking after Orla in the early morning hours of July 20th. But I don't think you were doing a very good job of it. After all, Orla wasn't given anything to eat during that time.
How would ye know such a thing?
I know because of Orla's record here in the torpedo data system. The system continuously records data on the subjects it monitors. From Orla's record, we can tell exactly when she ate, or didn't eat.
Sink me, nobody ever told me about that dastardly contraption.
Only a few of the ship-shape aquarium staff know about this system. According to Orla's record, she never ate in those early morning hours of the 20th.
You plan to kill Orla, and that's why you didn't feed her.
Silence!
You're wasting time. What proof do you have of that? Perhaps the orca simply wasn't hungry.
Nah, he's right. I don't have any proof.
If Orla simply didn't eat, then that would create an inconsistency. Where did her fish go?
Her fish? Good question. Where did it disappear to?
Fish? What does it matter? What relevance does it have to the case? Cease this stalling by asking inconsequential questions. Stop delving into the depths of the orca's stomach and delve into the case instead.
Objection!
But wait, it may seem like a small inconsistency, but it's an issue of great importance.
I think.
What are you driving at, Mr. Wright?
Sorry, one second.
How could the fish disappear? Somebody must have eaten it. So who came to the show stage and ate Orla's fish? I think I might have a pretty good idea.
I believe there must have been a visitor to the show stage that Mr. Rhymes didn't notice.
Visitor? Are you trying to introduce yet another suspect at this 11th hour? If you utter more of your careless remarks, Taka won't look favorably upon it.
I don't plan to utter any careless remarks.
Whether my remarks will actually be related to the case or not, I don't know yet.
Don't worry, boss. If Taka comes this way, I'll fend him off. But do try to keep your remarks careful.
Somehow Orla's fish disappeared. Somebody must have visited the show stage, but who?
This was the visitor to the show stage. I mean, who's gonna eat fish? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be Rifle. I believe Rifle the Penguin visited the show stage. I want to say show stage.
First an orca, and now a penguin. Why would ye be saying such a thing, Mr. Lawyer? I didn't see Rifle during the wee early morning hours. Do ye have any proof Rifle visited the show stage? If ye be a lawyer of any sort, show me your evidence.
The bottom of Rifle's feet were pink for some reason. That fact is a clue that Rifle was indeed at the show stage. I have to present that piece of evidence that connects Rifle to the show stage.
Well, let me do it. Now to prove I'm a lawyer worth my salt. And this is the proof that Rifle visited the show stage. a sign that his feetsies were on. Or her feetsies.
Take that!
Oh, I didn't show you, but it's a sign. You see it.
Oh my, what a cute little sign. Oh, look at all those little adorable stars.
These stars are actually starfish. Miss Buckler painted this sign. In the early morning hours of the 20th, she left this sign at the show stage to dry. Mr. Rhymes kept an eye on the sign for Miss Buckler while the painting was drying.
Aye, that be true. But what be your point?
On this sign, it's proof that Rifle visited the show stage.
Proof of the penguin's visit? I'm afraid I don't see it.
Where's the proof? Where's the clue, Blue?
Take that!
A couple of pink starfish are shaped a little differently from the others.
Ah, you're right. They look almost like little leaves.
Rifle had pink paint on the bottom of her feet. These little leaf-like shapes on this sign are actually Rifle's footprints. Rifle made these footprints by walking on the sign before it was dry.
Ho ho, what a cute little pink penguin prints.
So they are footprints. What of them? Marlon Rhymes was watching over this sign at the show stage while the paint dried. And during that time, the penguin paid a visit. According to the torpedo data system, we know that Rifle ate something that morning of the 20th. Most likely, Rifle ate the fish meant for Orla that was at the show stage. Orla's snack was a small quantity of fish. Even a penguin could have eaten it all.
Gad! Rifle ate Orla's fish. Who be ye to say Rifle ate Orla's fish? She could have picked up food anywhere. But that doesn't change the fact that I really was at the show stage. After all, I had to help move the skull rock. It couldn't have been moved without me. The witness claims he never saw the penguin. How do you explain this contradiction?
He's lying!
Both Mr. Rhymes and Rifle were at the show stage, but Mr. Rhymes didn't see her. So where could Mr. Rhymes have been at the time?
And maybe he went into the pool? Because we know his hand print was there, right?
Right, Tono. If you aren't up to the task, I could just prove this witness's testimony for you.
I'll leave it to Prosecutor Blackwell. Sasha will be declared guilty. I can't let him interrupt this line of reasoning.
Mr. Wright, let's try to figure out how things looked when Rifle came to the show stage.
Mr. Rhymes was at the show stage keeping an eye on Orla and the sign.
And we know it must be true because he helped to move the skull rock.
And then Rifle came in and walked over the sign.
But wouldn't Mr. Rhymes notice Rifle if he was right there?
Well, let's think about where Mr. Rhymes could have been. Is there a place on the show stage area which Rifle couldn't have been seen? I don't know, water? Well, I'm gonna look up something on this. Okay, yep. My first instinct was right. It's the water.
What? Inside the pool? But you're right. If he was inside the pool, he wouldn't have noticed Rifle. So are you saying Mr. Rhymes was underwater the whole time Rifle was eating?
No, not underwater.
When I think about what he was trying to do, the answer is clear. Now I'm finally starting to get the whole picture.
Just like yesterday. You two always be whispering to each other. Or must you two always be, not you two always be doing that, but must you two always be whispering to each other? Why don't you admit that resorting to a penguin will get you nowhere?
Objection!
Oh, I don't know about that.
The fact that Mr. Rhymes didn't notice Rifle is such a small inconsistency. But it's a key point that proves what Mr. Rhymes was trying to do. The penguin is a key point. The show stage pool is very deep. If Rifle came to visit while Mr. Rhymes was at the bottom of this pool, he would have never noticed Rifle. Ugh. Orcas can be out of the water for a short time without sustaining damage. But if they're out of the water for a long enough time, they weaken and eventually die. In order to kill Orla, Mr. Rhymes had to drain the pool. And while the pool was drained of water, Mr. Shipley fell to his death. The show stage pool is about 65 feet deep, just like the Orca pool. Without water in the pool, a person could be made to fall 65 feet. Mr. Rhymes probably wondered what to do. If he continued with his plan to kill Orla, how would he dispose of Mr. Shipley's body? So he devised a plan to kill two birds with one stone. What? How? He's killing birds too? Son of a bitch. Mr. Rhymes went down to the bottom of the pool and put the victim's body in the rock. He then had Miss Buckler move the rock and the body together.
Silence.
And the witness made the defendant do this somehow without arousing her suspicion. That's right. Mr. Shipley told Miss Buckler that she couldn't perform in the new show. Miss Buckler became upset and wanted to switch back to the old version of the show. So Mr. Rhymes conveniently suggested that she take and hide the prop for the new show. Mr. Rhymes then manipulated Orla using her singing and lifesaver tricks. He schemed to have Orla find the body while Mr. Bloom would be standing witness. He saddled Orla with the false charge of murder so that Orla would be put down. What? Roar! Roar! So the fact that the witness didn't see the penguin shows that when Rifle visited the show stage, Rhymes is putting the body in the rock. The bottom of the pool, that is. Who would have thought the presence of a penguin would prove the witness's actions? I'm quite surprised.
It's working. Just a little further now, and Sasha will be proven not guilty.
Silence.
You think you've won this battle. You are sorely mistaken. Your theory is based on the notion that the witness could manipulate the orca. A witness, can you control the orca's actions? Of course not. What kind of bilge be that? I be but a simple animal keeper. If my memory serves, wasn't Miss Buckler the only one who could issue commands to the orca? No, the whistle. Anybody can do it, right? The judge's blade is sharper than the lawyer's. If you wish to do battle with a witness, you'll need a honed blade. Where is your sword of evidence that Marlon Rhymes could manipulate the orca? Ah!
Rhymes had to have manipulated Orla in order for his plan to work. But how can I prove it?
Well, it appears this line of reasoning has become unsustainable. Well, it appears that I was mistaken. Yes, young lady. Athena?
I've analyzed the hearts of all kinds of people. I have enough experience to see when I look into your heart that you haven't given up. So that objection was my way of speaking up for your heart. Like Widget.
She's right. Why would I become a lawyer again only to give up? I have to keep fighting.
Athena, thank you. Orla was manipulating Rhymes all while she twirled her little mustache. Yes, she does have the mustache. With your help, I've remembered the old right way.
the right way?
Your Honor, I'm not finished with presenting my argument. Do you have anything else to ask this witness? You've cross-examined all the witnesses and presented all your evidence.
Objection!
All the witnesses? I don't think so. I haven't cross-examined the most important one, the central figure in both cases. The central figure.
The one who involved in not only the case a year ago, but this case too. I've never called her as a witness, but it's time to do so now!
Who are you talking about? I demand you to tell the court immediately. Who is the central figure in both cases?
Obviously, the whale.
Take that!
Boom, take that.
The defense calls the central figure in both cases, Orla the Orca. You intend to cross-examine an orca? Oh, thank goodness. I was so disappointed that it wasn't happening earlier. Cross-examine an orca? Ye must be addled. It be impossible, says I.
Silence!
This absurdity is beyond the pale. How do you expect to question an orca? A creature incapable of speech.
Objection!
Orla is intricately involved in this case. I have every right to cross-examine her. Besides, even if she can't speak, I think cross-examining her will be invaluable. Very well. Do what you will then. But if you fail to garner anything from this little exercise with the orca, I hope you realize the reward for your efforts will be the defendant's guilty verdict. I'm ready and confident.
So, cross-examining Orla, huh? That was a bold move, boss. Now all we have to do is figure out how Mr. Rhymes manipulated Orla.
That's right. Now it's Orla's turn to help us save Sasha. An orca defended yesterday. An orca witness today. This is truly unprecedented. Even in my courtroom. But even though this is highly unusual, I'm prepared to allow it. In fact, I encourage it. Bailiff, ready the witness telecast. We'll have a 10-minute recess while the telecast is being set up.
That's the end of this week's episode. The finale will be next week. It looks like it's pretty short, so it's going to be a short stream next week. I would just go ahead and continue, but I am super hungry, so I need to go get some food. So yeah, it's just, prepare yourselves. It's going to be a short one next week, but that's okay. We'll be finishing up this game, and be ready for some Spirited Justice. So, let's do the whole save thing. It's getting good, hell yeah, dude. I can't believe that we're actually going to cross-examine another animal. I love that. I like how they teased you too. It's like, oh, is it gonna happen? And then even the judge is like, oh man, that would have been kind of cool if we did that. It's like, don't worry, judge, we're doing it. There we go. 5 save slots just to be safe. Save the game. Yep. It's the right specialty. Hell yeah. Hold on 1 sec. Let's pop on over here. All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming to hang out and check out the stream. I appreciate you guys being here. Hopefully enjoyed the show and the case. Things are really heating up. Let me see here. I'm going to try to look up a raid target here while I finish up here. As far as for next time I stream, I'm more on a very relaxed stream schedule now. I'm kind of taking a break, except for Wednesdays, obviously. So I don't know exactly when I'll be streaming next, except for next Wednesday. So we'll just say that I'm going to stream next Wednesday. I think I will be live with the boys on Sunday. I don't know if I'll go live yet because I still got to set up the scene for that. But depending on what we do, I might be live or I might not. But I will be hanging out with the boys on Sunday, so don't worry about that. Yeah. So that's the schedule. Let me see who I got to raid. See, we got some people on. Get some shout outs here. We got Prince Raglan's playing some Yoshi Story. Love that. We got Yishi Domino and Noah's Archives are doing some podcasts. They're doing the Wacky Wednesday show. We got Bang'em Job playing some Subnautica Below Zero. We got Terra the Majin playing some Goose Goose Duck. And yeah, there we go. Oh, and Hadoken's on too. He's with Noah in the Wacky Wednesday show. I think we rated them last week. So we're gonna go hang out with Terra the Majin. He's a good guy. We love Terra here. The law waits for no one, exactly. Okay, let me go ahead and copy his username. Oh, come on. Work with me, Windows. Alright, here's the raid message. And here we go. Starting the raid. Yeah, once again, thanks everybody for hanging out with me. Appreciate you guys being here. And hopefully we'll see you again next Wednesday, if not this Sunday, either on my channel or I think Aaron's going to be there too. So Panda should also be live. So yeah, hang out with us then. I think we might, if it's just me and him, we're probably going to play Remnant 2. So if you want to check out some Remnant 2, come on by on Sunday. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great night. Thanks again for being here. Yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Oh, I thought I get it right.